Hi everyone, my name is Kylie Dixon and I am an artist, an illustrator and now a published children's book author. I live in a town called Seaham in County Durham in the northeast of England, and I'm going to talk to you today about how my artist business has taken off and I've now gotten to the point where I've published a children's book. So my business is all inspired, as you can see, by mushrooms, and you might be wondering why on earth mushrooms. So if you research Old English folklore and the symbolism behind mushrooms, when you're walking about, if you spot a mushroom in the wild, it is known or was known to be a symbol of positivity and hope and new beginnings. Couldn't we all do with that at the minute? So I decided to add a little illustrated mushroom. I'll actually show you one here, into every painting that I did. So everything that I make, right? So paintings, illustrations, drawings, little wooden keepsakes, they all have a hand illustrated mushroom in them. So when at the beginning of last year, I decided I want to work with families and children, and I've been inspired to write my own children's book, which has been fantastic. Okay, the support has been brilliant, and this is my book, Inkcap and the Nethers, and of course it is inspired by mushrooms. So it's all about a little secret magical world. So the magical world of Mushroom Marvelous is what it's called, and they live in an allotment, and it's all based in my dad's allotment. Okay, and they live underneath undergrowth, and they have magical powers, and they help the plants to grow, and they help to fight off the nasties in the garden. And it's called Inkcap and the Nethers, and that is Inkcap. He is the main character, and he is inspired by an inkcap mushroom. You must go and Google this. In fact, that is an inkcap mushroom. So if you've ever seen one of these shaggy mane inkcap mushrooms, you may spot them in the wild. I've seen them out and about. When you're out and about, have a look for mushrooms. It's a great thing to do. And that is what he's inspired by. And he fires little ink capsules through his blowpipe. Okay, you can see it sitting on his shoulder there. And this book is available, and I'll drop all of the links in. It's still available to buy. I'm now writing book 2. And there's more and more characters going to come out of it. So in this book, I have there's about 40 illustrations. So everything's illustrated by me. And I'm going to read you a little caption of it. I am. Okay, so I'll show you the illustration there. That's Inkcap in his plant pot house. I'll read you a little bit of it. Chapter 1, a plant pot house. Down in the allotment where wonderful things grow, there is a world, a magical world we cannot see. There are teeny tiny mushrooms living amongst the undergrowth, a marvellous bunch of mushies helping the vegetables and plants to survive. There's a broken old plant pot behind the polytunnel right in the corner of the allotment. It was once a seedling spot for baby leek shoots. Now those shoots have grown into gigantic, wondrous vegetables, being moved into much larger spaces. This old pot is Inkcap's house. I'll show you. The crack on the side is just the right size for him to crawl through at night as he rests between his daily tasks. Inkcap is a marvellous mushroom. He is thin, slender and nimble and quick on his feet, and he can outsmart any of the other mushies in his magical world. Inkcap is light grey in colour. He wears a blue cape edged with a silvery white band, and who wouldn't be impressed by his wide white cap full of tiny glistening ink capsules balancing on his little head. Inkcap sat bolt upright in his soil bed. He'd been snoozing after a day of lookout work in the new pear tree that the grump had planted a few weeks before. We'll get on to the grump later, but for now we must find out what that noise is. The little mushy had been suddenly woken by loud thumping sounds on the top of his plant pot roof. Moving his head from side to side, he flinched with a puzzled look. There they are again, he thought to himself, as 2 more thumps, one after the other, came from the top of his house. Quietly, he said, "What could that noise be?" And he clambered up to the plant pot window and peered out. But you'd have to read more to find out, wouldn't you? So, like I say, It's available. All of the information will be available as well. There'll be links and stuff that you can go to. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my mushrooms and how my book came about. And I shall see you all later.